the fuck is wrong with people? As a generation, we should all be ashamed of ourselves. We should all be ashamed of ourselves as a generation, dude. I'm not even kidding. All right. Let me turn this on. I don't exactly know how to start this. I see other channels on YouTube that, you know, they just go on the camera, they start everything, and then they kind of just lose everything they wanted to talk about. And that's exactly what's going on with me right now. I guess to start it off, I always want to come down and I want to sit here and I want to talk about things on this microphone, but you know, I never brought the microphone, so I brought it today because I always regret bringing it. I received a notice. I received a notice on collections for my previous apartment that I was staying in with my ex-girlfriend. I have contacted her on the matter for about a long time ago when I first saw the bill for only $3,000, and I thought we can pay this equally. And I said, hey, this amount of money isn't really that much. We can pay it off, you know, if we put our heads together, you know, because we both got ourselves in this issue. And mind you, right after we broke up, she got to work. She started banging another guy that she met at her job that already has kids of his own with another woman. Ridiculously insane, but they had a fucking baby. And long story short, they had a baby. I had contacted her. This was about a month before she gave birth to the newborn. And I was like, you know, we got this notice. This is the money we have. This is what we owe. If we put our heads together, we can pay it off. And she was like, no, I don't have enough money right now. And I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this off. And she told me, well, it's going to go into collections. It's going to go into collections. And until someone can pay for it. And it wasn't until an hour ago where I realized I should have said, what do you mean someone is going to pay for this? Both of us are going to pay for it. We both got ourselves in this issue. Now, I did make the mistake of not signing a roommate agreement because I thought, oh, we trust each other. We're not going to. No. It's a mistake I'm never going to make again. So I practically can't go after her for any amount of money that she doesn't pay. Long story short, after that I started living with my parents after the whole issue with the apartment started to arise. I didn't want to keep living there alone, and I was confused. I called my parents and they said, come live with us. Just leave the apartment and come live with us. So I lived with them, which is now in retrospect, I think it's a bad idea because I was only 5 minutes away from work. I didn't have a car. I didn't know how to drive, which is the second reason why I wanted to go to my parents' house, because they taught me how to drive and I got a driver's license. But I didn't know any better at the time. I should have just stayed there, kept paying the rent, and then received the deposit at the end. I really should have done that. I'm kicking myself over it now, but at the time, I guess I was lazy and whatever. But the point of the video of this is to express my stress right now. I have another channel that I've grown to 500 subscribers. It's a completely different niche, and things are going okay on that right now. I'm going to start getting weekly consistent videos on that so that I can see success with that channel, so I can eventually make money to supplement my income. And I have good ideas, but that's on that niche, but I'm stressed out about this shit, and the fact that she decided to go chase short-term, sex and then have a baby from it with a guy that she didn't know for more than 4 or 5 months. Like, are you serious? When she's in all this debt, and on top of this debt, she's in debt in student loans. So it's just fucking insane, like, how I'm trying to be good and I'm trying to make good in my life. I'm trying to change the things that I've done, and she goes out, and I'm trying to hold up like the weight of a boulder on my shoulders with this bullshit, and she goes out and she's just like smoking her weed, drinking, and having babies with guys she doesn't know. What the fuck is wrong with people? As a generation, we should all be ashamed of ourselves. We should all be ashamed of ourselves as a generation, dude. I'm not even kidding. And people like me are trying to do their best, trying to make do for ourselves. And there's just people out there who have babies, especially women, have babies with guys. Literally, the only way my ex-girlfriend has been getting around is she has been living with her boyfriends. When she breaks up with a boy, she gets with another one and lives with him. I can't do that. I'm a male. I can't just go out and find somebody who's going to let me fucking live with them. They're going to say, what do you have? Especially how women are nowadays. What do you have? Do you have this? Do you have a car? Do you make $5,000, $10,000 a month? Fuck no, get out of my face. Women can go out and do whatever they want with no repercussion, no consequences, and the men like me are here left to scavenge. We're just left in the dust. She completely left me in the dust. And I really didn't do anything wrong in the relationship. I never laid a fucking finger on her in any type of unconsensual way. Never. And I never did anything like that. She was just a brat. And she was childish, which is why we broke up. And impulsive. Hell, she had a fucking kid with another guy after we broke up. Childish. That's why we broke up. If I just went out having kids with new women that I met, I would be so fucked. Anyway, yeah. This shit it's stressful, and I've been wanting to get on the mic and on the video, on the screen, and talk about this shit. So, yeah.